Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video, and here we are with yet another 2021 TV show thoughts. And this is my thoughts on Season 1 of the MCU, the newest Disney Plus MCU show, Loki. And yep, this show just finished. The final episode of this season is on Disney Plus right now, y'all. There will be spoilers in this because how can I talk about this show without spoilers? When this show premiered, that felt so short, man. Like, it feels like maybe 3.5 weeks ago, maybe, that this show first premiered, and now we're finally at the finale, and I'm finally giving y'all my thoughts on Season 1 of Loki. I just finished watching the finale, and I'll get on to what I think of that much later, y'all. Alright. So, for those who don't know, Loki 2021 stars, of course, the great Tom Hiddleston as the title character, and Owen Wilson as Mobius, and a lot of other characters. And what Loki is about. For those who, in Avengers Endgame, we saw Loki, when the Avengers traveled back to 2012, we saw Loki grab the Tesseract, and we saw him like teleport somewhere. We did not see where he teleported to, of course. And in Loki, the TV series, by the way, how awesome is it that Loki actually got his own standalone thing? I mean, of course, I'm sure in like 2013 we'd imagine like a film of Loki, probably just for fun, but a TV show, that in itself is amazing. Loki ends up in the desert somewhere, and then these people called the TVA agents, they come and say, you have branched a timeline or whatever, and they take him in, and basically he has to pay for his crimes, or what they consider, time crimes or whatever. And that's all I'm going to say about that, really. I feel like I'm going to ramble on if I, try to explain that too much. Yeah. But what did I think of Loki? I really enjoyed this show. It was a show that, had you wanting to watch every week just to keep on guessing and guessing. And the hype for the finale, man, was unreal. I remember the first 2 episodes. I didn't really like the second episode that much, to be honest. I really dug the first one. And then it's easy to forget now, just because we're so used to this character. But when Sylvie first showed up at the end of episode 2, that was like a big reveal moment. Like, oh my gosh, who is this? And then the hood is removed, and it's a female Loki, who can get this dick, by the way. And then the rest of the show is basically about them together. Trying to stop the TVA together, trying to learn the truth about who's behind everything. By the way, I feel like there's going to be like more people out there who are going to do a better job explaining this than me. I apologize if I'm explaining everything poorly. I'm trying my best though, of course. But episode 2, probably my least favorite episode. But episode 3, a lot of people don't like episode 3. That was my favorite episode to date at that point. Episode 4 came along. That was even better. And Richard E. Grant as the classic Loki, he was so awesome in this show. I mean, it was just so cool to see him looking, just to see how he looked in at the end of episode 4, and the fact that he had such a huge role in episode 5 was just even more awesome. I just know this stuff I'm gonna forget, man. I hope I don't, but Owen Wilson is awesome. His character has this fascination with jet skis, and like episode 4 is when we learned so much about like everything. In a way, it's like the show just completely shifted in a good way. And by the way, how awesome was it to see what's her name, Jamie Alexander as Sif again in episode 4. Man, there's so much to talk about. I'm almost like, man, what was I thinking doing this? Okay, you can tell, even though I'm trying to talk about everything, you can tell what's really on my mind is the finale. Alright, I'm still going to try my best to talk about everything else. I did say there would be spoilers in this, so yeah. I love that song in episode 3. I forgot what Loki said when the one that Loki sung on the train or whatever it was. When she something, I keep forgetting that. Dang. And anyway, episode 4 was awesome. I actually watched episode 4 and 5 consecutively. I don't know what it was. I just didn't get around to watching episode 4 until last week when episode 5 was already premiering. So I watched that and 5 back to back. Very glad I did. I still got that line that Richard E. Grant said in my head. That's Goliath. And where's lunch? Come on. That was funny. Glorious purpose. Oh man, there's so much to talk about. But I loved it. I hated B-15, man, in the beginning. But now I love her, okay? And in episode 4, when Mobius learned the truth, you just love him, man. Yeah, let's just get on to episode 6. I apologize if this is turning out terrible, man. I was not as prepared for this as I thought I was, but I hope this is turning out great somehow. This happens a lot. This has happened so many times when, like, as I'm in the middle recording, like, a thoughts on something, I feel like it's turning out absolutely terrible, but when I'm listening back to it, it sounds awesome. I hope that's another of that case right there. Episode 6, it just aired tonight. What is tonight? July 14th. Wednesday, 2021. And the finale of Loki just aired. And we were all speculating. Well, I was watching speculation videos on who it was that was behind the TVA and all that. And when it was revealed that it was none other than, played by Jonathan Majors, Kang the Conqueror. Yep, Kang is the guy behind the whole thing. And like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, it is Kang!" And yeah, and honestly, I was actually really looking forward to how Kang would look in live action. And I was imagining he would look like he does in the comics. I actually had Leonardo DiCaprio in mind for Kang, like long before Jonathan Majors was cast. That was just me. And he just looks like himself. He just looks like his normal self. He doesn't, have the purple green WrestleMania 34 color scheme look. Well, he actually kind of does, but he doesn't, look all alien-y or however you describe how he looks. He looks like a Lego man, to be honest. Anyway, he just looks like Jonathan Majors, and he was really cool. I really dug him a lot in this episode. Loki and Sylvie kissing after their big fight in Kang's office, or whatever you call it. That was like, as John Campion, my boy John Campion, I'm really excited to see what he says about this episode, actually. Can't wait for a spoiler discussion in the morning. Glorified masturbation, that's how he would call it. Oh man, I can't wait to hear his reaction to that part. And Kang was cool. I just thought he was so cool, And we're introduced to this character now. He was saying a bunch of stuff like, if you kill me, the whole time it's going to mess up, or whatever it was he said. And after a while, Sylvie does kill him. I was shocked. I was like, nah, surely Sylvie can't kill him. I mean, that's a huge risk, She did. And this freaking really cool season that we didn't know was a season, because as far as we knew this was a limited series. I figured this would be a limited series, but this ends on a cliffhanger, and in the, can you call it end credit scene? Loki ends with the kind of end credit scene saying Loki will return in season 2. So season 2 is 100% confirmed. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. Hopefully it's not a whole year from now. It could very well be, because Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is that doesn't come out till, I think, 2023. Hopefully I'll be around to review that. But yeah, Loki season 1 2021 is officially in the books. I thought this would wrap everything up in some way, but it left on a cliffhanger. I feel like there's going to be mixed thoughts on that. Overall, I thought it was a pretty badass finale, just because I think I just liked seeing Kang the Conqueror. If I'm being honest, I don't know the character. I've heard of the character from the comics, and I heard he's like considered like the Avengers' best villain ever, comics wise. That's just what I heard like years ago. So yeah, I figured we'd see Mobius on a jet ski. I figured we'd see everything go back to normal, but this thing continues in season 2, man. I obviously we have no clue when season 2 will be, but wow, I'm curious to know what everyone else ends up thinking about this episode. Like I said, I feel like there's going to be like mixed thoughts on this thing, but we know we're going to see Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But until then, we got What If, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Assuming, I don't know, could we still get the season 2 this year? I mean, I did It's Raining Blood and Friends season 3 and 4 in the same year, 2016. So yeah, I would love for season 2 to come now. Just overall, Loki, it was a solid show. I really don't have a rating for it whatsoever, if I'm being honest. At the top of my head, I'm thinking a 7 for the show. Out of the 3 MCU Disney Plus shows to date, I don't know. For me, this is kind of equal to WandaVision, to be honest. But I did not think this would top in any way Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That show was so awesome, man. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was, in my eyes, 10 out of 10. Love that show to death. But Loki Season 1, 2021, still good. Still good. I didn't think it would end on a cliffhanger. I didn't want it to end on a cliffhanger, but it did. I'm curious to know what everyone else is going to think of that. And that is your boys' thoughts on Loki Disney Plus TV show Season 1, 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I did well. Please leave like, comment, subscribe to your boy if you haven't already. And let's see where the future holds for this. Alright. Thank you guys. And peace out, y'all.